Thousands of non-European invaders are massing on the border between Poland and Belarus, trying to invade Poland on their way to Germany. Belarus is importing at least 10 plane loads of non-European invaders from Istanbul, Turkey every day as a tool to destabilize the West through immigration. In response, Poland has put their soldiers on the border and is trying to stop the invasion.
No, please. Bedan.
Is this immigrants? Go back. A government kills them. Kill everyone. Why go back? I didn't have money. Everyone angry.
They're using that little kid as a tool, blowing smoke in his eyes, trying to make him cry for the cameras. Those were shots being fired by Belarusian soldiers trying to force the non-European invaders across the border into Poland. Here you can see hundreds, if not thousands, of non-Europeans massed on the Belarusian-Polish border, trying to cross the border by throwing trees on the barbed wire fence. In this video you can see how aggressive these non-European invaders are, threatening the Polish soldiers with a shovel. Here's footage of hundreds of them trying to cross the Kozlika-Bruzki border between Belarus and Poland. Here's what we know so far. NATO says it stands ready to step in as Belarus sends thousands of migrants to EU border. Warsaw has been urged to convene NATO to deal with the latest escalation of Minsk hybrid war against the EU over sanctions. NATO has vowed to face down Belarus and its unacceptable tactics of aiding illegal migrants into the EU as thousands of people attempted to force themselves across the border into Poland by the dictatorship. In a message of support for Warsaw, the military alliance accused Minsk of attempting to use illegal migration to destabilize the bloc in revenge for sanctions. Quote, NATO stands ready to further assist our allies and maintain safety and security in the region, a NATO official said. By Monday, some of the migrants, which were allegedly transported to the EU's external frontier by the Lukashenko regime, were attempting to force their way through the border, the Polish border guard said. As military helicopters flew low to drive away the crowds below, the border guard shared a video showing people attacking the barbed wire with wire cutters. In another social media post, Polish servicemen formed a human shield to block off migrants as the crowds chants Germany, and yet another, people were using cut-down trees to batter through fences that had been erected on the border. There were unconfirmed reports of shots fired as night fell, likely to be from border guards. Responding to the escalation, the Polish government said there were between 3,000 to 4,000 on the Belarusian side of the border and insisted the EU's external frontier was under an organized attack. Russia, a close ally of Belarus, has previously been blamed by Poland for being complicit in the crisis. In a tacit admission from Moscow on Monday, Russia's foreign ministry spokesman Maria Zakharova said, quote, Warsaw took active part in destroying Iraq. More than 2,000 Polish soldiers invaded the sovereign state to establish democracy. Why not accept at least as many grateful Iraqis today? With a makeshift camp forming on the Polish border, NATO is facing calls to step in and protect against what the alliance called a hybrid attack from Belarus. Quote, we are concerned by the recent escalation at the border between Poland and Belarus. We call on Belarus to abide by international law. We have seen a surge of migrants trying to enter Allied territory via Belarus. NATO continues to closely monitor the situation, which is putting pressure on the allies Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland. The Lukashenko's regime use of migrants as a hybrid tactic is unacceptable. Earlier in the day, Donald Tusk, leader of the opposition group Civic Platform, had urged the Polish government to consider whether we should trigger NATO Article 4. Invoking the clause would oblige Poland's NATO partners to consider action to stop the Belarusian from forcing migrants across the border. It is designed to protect the territorial integrity, political independence, or security of any of the parties that is threatened. Poland has dispatched some 12,000 troops to bolster defenses on the border, with Maurice Blaszczak, the Polish defense minister, preparing to send more. I'll put a link to the full article in the description below. Please share this video.